ESPN's coverage of NASCAR Nextel Cup Series on ABC. Brought to you by Office Depot, the official office products partner of NASCAR. And Chevy, an American revolution.
Back at Talladega, 106, 188 laps are in the books, and Tony Stewart has never won at this racetrack. Has finished second 6 times, is our leader. Vickers, Montoya, Kyle Busch, and Elliott Sadler in the top 5. Pit stops took place just a few laps ago. In fact, back on lap 93. To be able to get these guys back on the racetrack and huddle back up in a single file draft.
It looks like these guys on the bottom are trying to organize a little bit of a draft to try to see if they can get by this outside lane. They only got 3 cars down there now, but some of these guys are starting to line up.
8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. now getting back in line. And Alan, there was a little bit of interesting things happening in the 8 pit during his latest pit stop.
Yeah, Doc, when Dale Jr. just took 2 tires on the right, Ryan Newman behind him took 2 tires on the right. Watch the Jackman in the red uniform there, watching his car leave. Did we do a good stop? We're going to get out first. Well, meantime, here comes Newman. Funk, spits that Jack right out. Well, that damaged the left side tires on the 12 car, so he had to come back in and take left side tires and drop to the end of the line on that caution flag. That's why Newman is not up in that lead pack right now.
For more information on pit safety, log on to ESPN.com, search word safety. What a tough break for Ryan Newman.
Well, that's why you don't turn your back on oncoming traffic, is that right there. That was actually Jackman's fault. That was not Ryan Newman's fault. These guys need to get that equipment and move it out of the way just as soon as possible. Clear that pit road.
You can tell that Jackman is pretty excited about watching his car leave, and he just got his mind off of what he was doing. He dropped that Jack and turned his back to the oncoming traffic and almost got run over.
Lots of competitive cars all over the racetrack. Tony Stewart leading here. Vickers, Montoya, Kyle Busch, Sadler. Now, one of the cars that's been very strong here has been the 1 car of Martin Truex Jr. Here's what they had to table on his radio just a moment ago.
Yeah, the cars that are strong, Martin, obviously Toyotas, Abraham Dodges. 43 has a Dodge motor and an Abraham Dodge motor. 919, 43. And they got faster, but it was because the whole bottom line finally got together and they were able, that 1 lap they were better, but you know, you obviously got back firing when it got to the high side chugging again. But Toyotas and Dodge motors really good and strong.
Well, he's exactly right about the Abraham Dodge engines, because right now Elliott Sadler just took the lead with Casey Kane right behind him. And look at Michael Walter pushing the 8 car at Dale Jr.
A little bump draft there on Casey Kane. You see just how much of a shot that gives him. And here comes Junior on the inside.
And Junior gave him a good shot, and he had so much rhythm. He just pulled down the bottom and cleared him. And now the 55 of Michael Walter, which he's going to tuck in behind Junior.
Definitely got 2 lines of traffic here with a couple. Actually turned into 3 lines of traffic coming off the corner.
Looks like right now they're starting to get racy again. 3 wide racing. Right before that last pit stop, we saw this, and it got broken up, and now it's back at it.
Denny Hamlin right here digging on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to move by the 55 car. He's going to try to get his car right up in line behind the 8 car and push this bottom line by.
It actually looks like when they get a good draft in the bottom, it's the shortest way around the racetrack, and that bottom lane started working. Earlier in the race, it was a top lane.
Still looks like that top lane's got a slight advantage. I know Junior's really working it hard down on the bottom, but the top lane seems to have a little bit of an advantage.
Now here entering turn 3 a lap ago is where the 8 car really showed some muscle when he got to be able to push and be able to run up there with those Dodges. See if he can reel them in again here. The 19 and the 9, the 2 Gillette Abraham Dodges, 1-2, Sadler and Casey Kane.
Kind of funny how this works out. The truck race yesterday, it seemed like the bottom lane was the only lane to be in. You try to move to the top, those guys couldn't make any ground. But these cars here seem really like that high line.
And Friday here at Talladega, they had an ARCA race. And in the ARCA race, the second lane and the top lane were the 2 fastest lanes. If you were in the bottom, you were really in trouble. They keep that momentum wound up, and they keep these RPMs up. And that's what you can do when you're in the top lane. The race was going to end right now. Clint Boyer's our points leader with Jimmy Johnson in second. Tony Stewart falling back into third. But Jerry, these points are just getting scrambled every single lap here.
Race number 4 in the 10-race chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup, and it's getting serious. And in the late laps here at Talladega, lap 111.
Guys, I was talking to Ray Abraham before this race started. He told me, he said, with this new engine combination, that if they got in a car tomorrow, they think it really benefits the Dodges and the Toyotas. They're running close to 8,700 RPM, and that's the power range their engines like to run at. He thinks that Ford and Chevy don't have as good engines right now.
The reason for that is those Ford and Chevy engines are actually running a little past their power peak. They make peak power, say, around 7,800 to 8,000 RPM. These Dodges and Toyotas, they seem to make peak power at a broader range and maybe even up in that 8,500 to 9,000.
Lap 112. Now, drafting is so critical here, particularly teamwork here in the draft. Now, watch the Gillette Evernham cars get into draft lock, the 9 and the 19.
See Dale Earnhardt Jr. behind helping him. Let's watch this, our draft lock. It's getting ready to go solid white right now. They're in a perfect lock.
Caution and the one car erupting an engine.
There's another one of those RCR DEI engines.
Remember Richard Childress Racing and Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
Right here, stay straight.
Those two companies have merged, especially under restrictor plate programs, and now we've had two failures out of that camp right now.
Mark Truex Jr. did a great job not to spin the car out. He got in the grass right there. Sure, he had a lot of oil and stuff on the tires.
So the second of our chasers having engine trouble. The 31 car, Jeff Burton, exiting on lap 98 with engine troubles. And here on lap 113, watch the one car left of your screen.
Very similar to what Jeff Burton had. You don't see any fire, but you still see the smoke coming out both sides of the car. Can't see inside the car either. Martin's probably not even able to see it all right here. We're riding with Martin Truex right here.
Middle's clear.
You see all that smoke instantly. Can't see it.
And a lot of time, that's what it looks like looking out the front of the windshield, too, guys. You just can't get the vision. And right now, he's turning around backwards on pit road. He did a good job keeping it off the track and went down pit road backwards, and they're getting it behind the wall, keeping the oil off the track.
Kevin Mannion and company trying to get him back there and take a look now from Harvick's onboard camera. Watch.
Don't go in front, he's on the bottom. Stay up high, stay up high. Everybody still straight.
And that's a driver's nightmare when you're trying to drive through all that smoke. You can't see anything, and you're running the speeds these guys are running.
Lap 114, we should get pit stops, and here they will come. Truex had issues. Elliott Sadler, Casey Kane will lead him down. Let's go down to Dave.
And this is a bit of a break for Casey on that last pit stop. They didn't get him quite full of fuel, so they would have had to pit early, or at least with the first group of cars. He'll take on at least two right side tires. Mike?
Sorensen still struggling with a little bit of overheating. They'll take more tape off the grill. No tires, fuel only for the 41. Jamie.
And Brian Vickers came in fourth position. 4 tires, fuel. Car seems to be fine despite that transmission problem earlier. Guys,
Elliott Sadler pits from the lead, and he's already gone. Just right side tires on the 19 car, and they topped off the fuel.
There's the race off of pit road. Sadler, as you heard Alan say, right sides only. He will keep the lead. Earnhardt Jr., the big gainer. Casey Kane, the big loser in that exchange on pit road. Back in just a moment.